Good evening, YouTube. This is your man, Already George Page. Um, okay, that's fine. Good evening, YouTube. This is your man, Already George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding, and I'm coming to you live on YouTube. If you follow me, you check the description. I am going to do an interview in a bit with a legend, a former bodybuilder by the name of Miss Sue Price. And I did a video a while back about Sue Price and Sue Gaffner. And I was a fan of Sue back in the day. She was pretty much amazing. I mean, especially coming in as a lightweight competing with these heavier girls. And we should be having coming in a second. Alrighty. Add us the screen. Good afternoon.
Hey, can you hear me
How you
okay?
doing? Oh, you're doing all
Good.
right. I appreciate you coming. I mean, this is great to get to talk to another legend because you're going to be my second legend within a month. Like did an
Ah,
interview with Nancy Lewis a while back, and this is
yeah,
like I said, this is why I do this because a lot of people who follow my channel, who are fans, who love you ladies, who follow you,
that's cool.
we've been Facebook friends for some time. This is just from a man, uh, Marcus Bell. He says salute to me and salute to you. You know, and thank you. Anyway, let's get started now. It's been like about I think 26 years since you last competed,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that was the '95 Miss Olympia where you came in fourth, and that was the year when Kim Zavetsky beat Linda Murray,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you were in the top four. So because
yeah.
you had I think Laura Craval, Linda, and Kim, and after that I also thought you would probably stay in a little longer. What happened?
Uh, well, I pretty much, I mean, I had competed for a long time. It took me a long time to just even qualify, to win nationals and get my pro card and everything. And I knew I was getting better with each show place wise, but I didn't really feel like my my physique was uh I felt I was just where I wanted it to be, and if I had gotten any bigger or tried to yeah, basically get any bigger, um I don't think I would have liked my look. And so at that point I think the judges were starting to get back to the bigger physiques, and being a really tiny person, I mean, I'm only 5 feet tall, right? So uh to add any
Yeah,
more size, I knew I would start to be blocky and thick in the waist, and I didn't want to look too big. um and get that extreme. And so I knew it was really a blessing to place in the top six and top five. The two times that I did the Olympia, I was kind of like, I couldn't even believe it. I was standing up there with the women that I looked up to so much, and I thought, this is like a dream come true, right? Even fourth or sixth place, I didn't even think I'd be in the top 10 really, because for somebody short and small who was a lightweight to even compete with those legendary women, I was like, oh my gosh. So to me, I had gotten as far as I thought I could get in the placings, and I didn't want to keep competing and going lower and being 10th, 11th, 12th, 20th, um, and really working that hard for a place that wasn't going to go any higher. So I thought, I'm not that likely to get in the top three unless I go really extreme, do a lot of things to my body that I'm not sure if I want to do, and get a huge look that wouldn't work for me in my everyday life. Like, I wanted to stay more on the feminine side. And so I just thought, okay, maybe I'll do fitness or something, but that never happened.
yeah. I know
So,
because I think I remember that when Kim Zavetsky after her last Miss Olympia, she came back a couple of years later, and then she did fitness also. A lot of like also there was another bodybuilder who's about the same size as you, Michelle Ribillette, and she came in as a lightweight, and she left,
yeah.
and she also went to fitness because you and
Hmm.
Michelle were probably one of the few women who were lightweights that got to be pros. Generally, most of the time when you go up, when you're like a certain size, you go up, and then when you hit your pro level, you have to go up a little more because, like I said, it's Nancy Lewis. When you're lightweight, when you come a pro, you have to become like almost size of middleweight. When you're middleweight, you have to become size of heavyweight, and when you're heavyweight, you had to become more conditioned. You know.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Yeah, I was
Mm.
thinking of the fitness thing, and I knew it wasn't really my thing because I'm not flexible, and I can't do gymnastics, and I can't do splits, you know. So realistically, I looked at all the routines of those
Yeah.
girls, and I was like, I don't think I can do that. So
No,
I
no.
just kind of,
And
I
then
just kind of
after
quit. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I'll say, I said then after that you started acting because you started in your first movie was the Nemesis movies, and I think you did
Yeah.
about I think 3 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like so much fun. I can't even tell you how much fun that was. Uh,
Yeah,
Being able to do a role that was super physical. I got to run a lot and learn a lot of stunts and how to shoot a gun and everything. And I mean, that was just a blast. Um,
yeah,
yeah, that was very cool how that happened. The director,
yeah,
Albert Pune, he was looking for a woman that was a bodybuilder to play the lead role. And he actually came and auditioned a bunch of us right after the Olympia. So, and I was really surprised that he picked me too, because like I said, taller women that are more graceful, that look better on camera. And um, I don't know why he picked me, but I'm really glad that he did.
Well, congratulations, because that's like something like I think it's something that meant to happen. Because you know what, you feel like you probably would have given someone like Kim Javetsky or Sandra Riddell or maybe Doyette Kearns or whoever was the those top girls at the time. And like I
Yeah.
said, I remember in the movie your ex-husband Dave Fisher was in it. And how was it like? Was it when y'all were acting together?
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty fun. He, I think that he kind of talked Albert into giving him a role because Albert was looking for a big, strong guy to play this thug that I arm wrestle. And so yeah, when he flew him out to do the part, it was super fun.
Yeah,
And then
and like
plus I got to kick his ass at the end, so I won, you know, in our little fight scene.
I know you said like, well, it's just in the movie, honey. So we're not gonna talk about we're getting home, just in the movie. But like I
Yep,
said,
yep.
I think you and Dave were like the one of the like bodybuilding couples. Like you had like Corey Everson and Jeff. Then you had like in the latter years you had Cynthia, no, Kathy Francois and her and Lee Priest and like I remember I was watching an interview a while back. Corey was in still good terms with Dave with Jeff before he passed. And I
Hmm.
know Dave. He owns a gym in somewhere in California, I think around Venice Beach. And because I follow like Helen Trevino, she trains there so often. And are y'all
Yeah.
still good on good terms,
Oh,
you and
yes, we
Dave?
are. Hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
he tells me about how well the gym is doing, and I'm really happy for him. It's that I mean that was his dream as long as
yeah,
I've known him, you know.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like, this is one question: who is the person that really inspired you to get into bodybuilding? You know?
Oh, for sure. Rachel McLish.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
when I was in college, I bought her book and I read it like I don't know how many times, and I studied all the exercise. Like, um, you know, she had photos of her and how each exercise should be done and write ups and everything. And I studied that thing for like months before I even went to the gym because I was so like afraid of going to the gym and not knowing what I was doing and looking like another girl who was there, like, duh, you know, I don't know how to lift weights or whatever. And so I made sure I knew everything that she had in that book by heart. And then I went to the gym and I knew what I was doing. I was like, all right, I'm going to look like Rachel, you know. So she was my big inspiration. And then for many years, I had posters of Corey and of her on my walls as my role models.
hmm. And like I said, are you still like since you hadn't competed in a long time? Are you still in contact with a lot of the ladies that you competed with, or the ladies that you knew from back in the day? You know.
Yeah, as far as it goes, I mean, I was always good friends with Michelle Relabate. And for a number of years after we both quit competing, we would hang out periodically when she was in town, or I would go to. She was living in Florida for quite a while, so I flew out there and had a vacation and visited her, and we had a blast for a little while. And whenever she was in California, she'd come and see me. So we still do keep in touch on social media, but not as much as we did. But I'm also friends
Yeah,
with you know, Rachel on Facebook, which is pretty cool. And
yeah.
Sandra Blackie, and yeah, everybody's really nice. I mean, all the female competitors that I ever met were super nice,
Yeah.
great ladies.
Like I say, we like you came up in the era where I think female bodybuilding had its strength. And that was like about the the mid
Bring
'90s.
me my phone cord.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like,
Wait, sorry, hold on one second. Huh?
What's the temperature in oven?
was it
400.
Oh, because it's climbing.
Oh, sorry, we were
was that
trying to
your
cook
husband?
dinner from two different rooms. Got
Was
stuff in
that
the
your
oven.
husband?
Yeah, and my phone's about to die, so I asked him to bring me my cord so it doesn't die.
Oh yeah. This question: when did y'all two meet?
Uh, a couple of years after I stopped competing, I guess. And
Hmm.
yeah, we've got twins, and they just turned 21 years old, which is crazy to believe.
Now you say we can kick you out of the house.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
They're good kids though. They're
Good
they're
job.
in their last year of college, and they have jobs. They have two jobs each actually. So they're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Good kids.
yeah, it's
Yeah, they
because
still live
it's
here.
like I said, you like just like Beth Francis. Beth Francis retired. She started. She had her two kids. She had twins. She had a boy and a girl, just like you did. And I
Really?
know, and people always get this idea. Yeah, Bev. You remember that Bev when she retired, she has two kids.
I had no
A
idea
lot of
she
people
had
didn't.
twins.
You
That
didn't
is
know
so
that?
cool.
No,
Yeah, no, I didn't know
she had
that.
twins. She has a son. She has a son and a daughter. Yeah,
Wow, me
because
too. That
that a
is
lot of
so
people
cool.
don't like. Yeah, and even Kim, Kim Vivesky, she has two boys. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and a lot of people don't. Yeah, and a lot of people don't think that women who are bodybuilders have kids. And I know this. I did a video a while back. There's plenty of women who do. Sometimes there's like some cases do have children when they're still competing, and then you have many have them after the league competition because, as you
Yeah.
know, it's always that debate because the bodybuilding lifestyle is very competitive. It's pretty much, you might say, selfish in a way because you have to focus on yourself and your physique. And I know there's times that when you and Dave were together, y'all dieting and prepping. Were there ever like arguments on the like you like when you're like, we're gonna eat this, we're gonna eat that, we're gonna eat that,
Uh, maybe. Yeah, I don't think there was any big arguments though. Basically, we kind of
Yeah.
probably I think we had way different philosophies of diet and training. So if we trained together, there was always a little bit of a, argument. I would be like, I was a stickler for proper form, and he just wanted to, get the weights going and get heavy. And I was like, no, 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 you can't. You gotta your form, your form. And so I always pick on him about that. But yeah, the
Yeah.
dieting was just tough because you get cranky and uh, you get hungry all the time and all that. But if you can get through that, you can get through a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I have some friends of mine that's come in here. Exe Gucci 23. He just said hey, and my another one of my friends, Robert the poet. We call him Robert the Savage, and he wants to say salute to all the way George Page, the emperor of women's bodybuilding talk. Thank you, and we appreciate y'all coming to by. And like I said, when you were like after the show, like this is obvious. What was your favorite um post show meal? What would you when you were finished and done, when diet was over?
Mm.
What did you want to eat?
Well, I mean, you'd always go out to a restaurant and have everything, that you could fit in your stomach. But the first thing when I got off stage, I would give somebody to give me was always like cookies and Pop Tarts. For some reason, like Pop Tarts were like my thing. I would be like, go through a whole box of them. So yeah, that somebody had to have that
What
backstage for me.
what was your favorites? Pop tarts.
Oh man, just the strawberry for sure.
Oh my god, I love strawberries.
Right.
Cherries a little too tart, but I like strawberries. It's just it's
Yeah.
like a
I
sweet
mean,
twist.
yeah, they're all good, but those strawberry ones, oh man, who
Yeah,
doesn't love those?
yeah. But like I said, a while back they just had the Miss Olympia returned to the Olympia. And just a question: how do you feel about seeing that female bodybuilding coming back after being gone for so long as it was?
I think it's good. I don't think it should have even been gone in the first place. I mean, it's if it's a Miss Olympia, it should be a bodybuilding show. It always got little confusing to me why they suddenly had like a bazillion different divisions. You know, they had the whatever, the bikini and the physique and the regular one and the fitness and all that. I was like, I was so confused because a lot of times the physique competitors look like they could be up on the bodybuilding stage, and the fitness competitors look like they could be in physique. I was confused by it. You know, the
Yeah.
fitness I think is very cool because the routines are the thing. Like in fitness, I was always amazed what they can do. Like, you know, sorry, my phone rang. Yeah, just the one arm push-ups and the one arm plank thingies and the splits and flips. I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love watching fitness, honestly. But the you know, the bodybuilding I figure should be just muscle. Like do the bodybuilding for women and men and call it good.
I think your body type would be perfect for physique because being that you were smaller and I think you wasn't as big as the other girls. I think physique
Yeah,
came. If you were competing at this time, if you were competing at this time, you probably would have been win quite a few shows as a physique competitor. Because I think that's why they created the physique division. Because I remember
yeah,
after '99 when they said Kim Verzetti was getting so big, that's when they created. Because me and Nancy talked about this. They created that 20% rule where the women were getting a little smaller, and then they created
yeah,
the weight classes because you had that year in 2000 when you had Valentina and Andrea Blanchette, and they put them in Andrea. Andrula. I mean Andrea. She took the lightweight division, and Valentina took the heavyweight. Where I feel like it should have just had this one champion, and maybe it's
right.
just one champion because why split it? But like I said, I
Yeah,
told Nancy they wanted to have somebody that looked like what the judges want, and they wanted somebody to look like what the fans wanted to see. You know.
right. And they're two different things a lot of times. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think competing in physique would be pretty cool. I mean, if I could do, if I did a comeback and did the masters, over 50 or whatever, that would be really cool. But it's
I
kind of a dream at this point because I'm so injured right now. I'm just trying to
yeah
get all these surgeries going and fix my shoulders so I can just function. And then I'd love to go back to
yeah
the gym. I still go to the gym when I
yeah
can, when it
yeah.
doesn't hurt.
I talked about this with Ronnie Lee Cashmere a while back, where it should create a masters division for the ladies because there's a lot of women now who are competing who are over 50. Like I told Nancy Lewis, like if she will ever want to come back and and compete, Xenia Keene came back last year. She did Rising Phoenix and did the Miss Olympia, and she felt like if Xenia took and got in maybe three more shows, she get back to the level where she was. And then there's Irene Anderson, she's over 50. There's I think there's a lady I follow by the name Maria Flores. She's over 50. And it was a while ago we just had at the Tampa Bay this past summer, Michelle Brent, who's just in the 60s, came back and returned. And she competed at the Tampa and she did Chicago Pro.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, because I know because I saw her. She was because I follow Hella Trevino, and she was with Hilla when she was at the Rising Phoenix because she makes jewelry and stuff. And I see she's still working out, especially for women for her age. And I think that'd be
Yeah.
a good idea because I think a lot of women. I say this: a lot of female bodybuilders hit their muscle peak when they're in their mid 30s. That's when they kind
Hmm.
of hit their peak. Because when you're young, you're still developing, your body's still growing. But we hit 30, and like I said, like with men, we mature faster. We get to a point of age, our testosterone drops off a little. But you women, you hit a certain peak in your life, keep on going up. It's just
Yeah.
basic genetics.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's true. And when you stop competing, it's hard to start again. I think for the women who keep going through those years of the 30s and 40s, yeah, that's really awesome. I kind of wish I had done that because now I could be thinking about the masters competitions and everything. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, that would be really. I think of how many great if we all of us that are over 50 now could just all get up on stage and compete together. How awesome that would
Yeah.
be.
Because I follow several ladies like you. I follow Dorit Kearns. She's Dorit Silverman now, and I follow Beth Roberts. And there's a lot of women. There's Annie Revicchio, who she's still in good shape. and I know she's at least almost 60. And
Wow.
and there's a lot of these
Yeah.
ladies that would make a great for that master class division. Like you have like a master class show, and then you can have it at the Olympia, and you don't have to always compete with the bigger girls. Just be your show for you ladies, because y'all
Yeah.
get awarded like this. And also we talked about how when you competed, and you after your last Miss Olympia, what was your what how much was your prize money that year in '95?
I don't remember. It might have been 4,000.
Yeah, that's the thing we talked about. That it's a pay discouragement. Like, okay, like I was talking with Nancy, they had the Mr. Olympia, Big Robbie. He won almost uh $500,000, while
Wow.
the Miss Olympia only won $50,000, and that's kind of
Man.
crazy. And like Nancy, it's the same pay they've been getting the last few years. I know one year they was getting $25,000 for a while, because I know Iris Kyle was competing in the Olympia and the Miss International, because you competed in Miss International, and that was like one of the second biggest shows for female bodybuilding. Because if you're not gonna if you're like, hey, I'm not gonna ever win the Miss O, hey, I got the Miss I in my pocket. If that's something you can have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then between it costs ladies a lot more, because I did a video a while back where I talked about how between posing suits, between jewelry now, makeup, hair, and even though the guys do make the big money, the women, y'all don't. It's hard to find sponsorships for you, because a lot of companies not comfortable with the idea of women with muscles. Sometimes you be lucky if you find somebody who's willing to you know invest into a female bodybuilder.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they don't want to just put us on their ad or their poster or their packaging or whatever, because yeah, you don't know how people are going to react. It's more the role model of muscle to put a guy on there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But like I said, who were when you were competing? Besides, who was your favorite guys you saw that you liked? Because I know Dave. I forgot. I think Dave got far as a pro, or is he? I'm trying to
yeah,
remember. And
yeah.
who did you like when he was competing back in the day?
Um, Physique wise, I always liked like Lila Brada. The classic, really V-shaped, very well conditioned kind of guys. Lee Priest was one of my favorites. Um, Dave Dearth. Um, mm, let's see. I mean, of course, Lee Haney. He was pretty awesome, and I met him a couple times, and he was just the nicest guy.
Well,
Um, yeah.
yeah. Well, Lee's son Hunter, he competes, and I think he competes at 212, I believe. Yeah,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
yeah,
See, I
yeah.
need to keep up on the sport more today because, yeah, that's very cool. Oh, and you know who else? Porter Cottrell. Porter Cottrell was
Oh,
really had a great physique, and he's a super nice guy too. I go
yeah,
for, I rate people on personality too. Obviously, if you're a nice person and you have a great physique, it's a plus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I met a lot of
since
good people.
yeah, I follow you, and I know you work for the postal service. I had a sister; she worked for it for a long time before she retired, and and how it feels, like just you ever you work as a driver, or you work in the factory. How you work?
I'm a mailman, so I work, sort the mail, load up the truck, and deliver it. So yeah, I could be
And
somebody's mailman who
you
knows
ever
me.
you ever run into like a fan say, "Oh my God, you're Sue Price. I remember you from back in the day. I had a crush on you. I was a big fan."
You know, only one person, but I have, yeah. I was some guy. He was like, I don't know, probably in his 20s or 30s maybe, and he was staying with his aunt for a while, and so he would see me deliver the mail, and he was like, "I know who you are," and I was like, "What do you mean?" Because that never happens, and he's like, "Did you used to be a bodybuilder?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that was really like kind of blew my mind that he knew who I was.
Yeah. Well, I got a question from a friend of mine. This is my man, Coach Chuck Harrison. He has his show, CS Combat Sports. We talk about MMA. We talk about boxing. And he's one of the guys who inspired me to start doing this whole thing where I became the emperor of female bodybuilding. He want to ask if she keeps up, if you keep up your a good regime, and she always said it, quote, she does still work out, not saying she used to because of her injuries, and she said she would love to come back and compete, but like I said, with her injuries, she has to take care of herself, and then with work and everything else, it can be difficult. But she still works out, coach. Maybe not the same level like she was when she was competing, but she still works out.
Yeah, my job itself is a workout.
Yeah, because my
For
sister
sure.
used to work. My sister used to work in the factory. When she used to do the letters and stuff like that. And sometimes I used to get, this was crazy. She used to do like this. Sometimes she still a letter with my name on it and the dress that she writes to me and say, George, it was I just can't through my line. I want to say I love you, and I just used to love that. I used to laugh.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
yes, yes. But like I said, this is just amazing just to talk to a legend like yourself here. And I mean, I've been a fan of female bodybuilding since I was about a teenager. And it just a lot of people like this. The mindset of people, they feel like it's weird to have a like or attraction for these women because you gotta remember y'all are women, y'all still women, and y'all are athletes, and
Yeah.
you know, and and it's just what y'all do for a living is you do the sport as a passion per se. Now
Right.
you don't get as much money like you should, like the men do, and it's just unfair to me as being a fan that and some of these ladies have to do alternative things to make the money to make a living. It's hard to hold a 9 to 5 as a professional bodybuilder because
Yeah.
between shows, dieting, and sometimes if you're lucky, you might have a job to do. I know I talk to a lot of ladies that they sometimes after the shows because they do photos and video sessions because that's when the point where a lot of the smos, like when y'all ladies are in constant condition, that's the best time to get you because that's when you make your money at.
Yeah.
But like I said, I get a bunch of guys want to ask for flexes. She may not want to flex for y'all guys, okay? You know, she like I said, she just got off of work. She's ready to go eat. I mean, I ask next time. Like I said, next time when I get more of a woman, somebody who wants to do a flex, I would ask you if you would do one, but I wouldn't want to put you under that.
I could show you bicep, I suppose. My
Yeah, she show
biceps
you.
aren't great right now.
She's not.
They're
She show you
actually
a little something.
they're
You
actually
purge.
sore. They're sore today because I actually worked out for the first time in a really long time. But
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
that's all my bicep looks like right
Yeah,
now.
it's still in good shape for a woman, who has not competed in over 20 some years, who has a full-time job. Yeah, my man coach says, heck yeah, yeah, he's a perv. We got my man
Ah,
Marcus Bell said yes, yeah, they're gonna go when they get off later. They're gonna go and go in the back room and get some lotions and Kleenex. Yeah, he said he sued that they are tight. He's telling you are tight, so I appreciate that. Well, like I said, I know you got dinners coming. I don't want to hold you up. I do appreciate this time because, like I said, I really want to. Yeah, coach said that. Not a lot, coach. I just like to bust coach's shop sometimes. But like I said, I really appreciate this because, like I said, we've been Facebook friends for a long time, and right now I want to really grow my channels. And Mr. Pong, coach, forget him. But anyway, I really want to grow my channel and get attention for you ladies because it's just still people still see y'all as like just like you're not humans, but you are a wife, you are a mother, you work a job, you competed for quite some time, and now you are settled down like any other person. And like I said, it's
yep.
like any athlete, like you look at a lot of athletes, no one's gonna stay the same forever. But that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Like you can't walk away the likes of like Michael Jordan or Wade Boggs or even some of these other guys who get big paychecks and live off off of their residuals,
Yeah.
But
We don't get
like
much
I
to live
said,
off of.
yeah, that's the hard part because you
Right.
gotta live your life. But you still have fans like me and others, fans that are on here right now. We really appreciate you coming on and just talking a bit. And maybe next time, if we ever we have some free time, we can really have a good long conversation and talk about you know much more about you, how the sport's going, and how you feel the sport is going today, in your opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So I'd like to thank you, Nancy, for coming by. I mean, sorry, let's just say I'm sorry. I'd like to thank you, Sue, for coming by. And just,
Thank
I hope you
you.
have a great day. And I hope your husband, he better be cooking that lunch. Better be cooking that dinner, man.
Yep, I think
She's
it's
ready to
already
eat.
almost.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah, it's
appreciate
good to
your
have someone
time.
do the cooking. All right, thank you so
Yeah.
much. All
You're
right, good
welcome.
luck.
Thank you. Good
All
luck to
right,
you. All
bye.
right. Bye. Well, thanks, Coach, for it was an awesome interview. I really appreciate this coming by. And like I was gonna do something else, but I reached out to a bunch of ladies right now, and for an interview a while back, I reached out to you know, yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, I mean, my and and I had a guy named Jared, and Jared is one of the guys who follow me, and I wanted to do uh, he said he wanted to come on the show and talk. Let me see if I can get Jared on. If I can't, that's all right. We just cut the interview. We just, you know, but we appreciate y'all coming through and supporting me and showing love. Uh, I mean, it's great to have All right. Like I said, I just sent out to Jared and let me. All right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, coach. Hey, coach. What's up? What's up with you? Yeah. 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 I have. I follow Cherokee Diaz and and also I follow Sarah J. I be that's something that I might like to do. Yeah. Well, I remember I met Cherokee a few years ago at the club I used to work at before uh before uh, I'm sorry I put everybody on mute for a bit. I was talking to my man coach and he had a suggestion to me and I think it's a pretty good suggestion, and it'd be perfect for the person I am. He just called me back. Give me a sec. Yeah. I just got had a little conversation with my man, the coach. He gave me some ideas, something I might want to try. I don't have a subject for today. Like other I did, the only thing I had was the interview with Sue Price, and that was a good interview. I really appreciate her coming by. Me and Sue have been Facebook friends for quite some time, and I really appreciate y'all coming in, my brothers. Exeguche 23, Robert the poet, aka Robert the Savage, Coach Shetton Harrison, Blue Ray TV, Marcus Bell, and all anybody else who came here and dropped a like and supported me. I really appreciate y'all guys, and I think I'm going to try. Like I said, I really want to do more interviews in the future. I got some stuff I'm working on. I got to put it together just right for the show, and I hope maybe next time we can really have some fun. So I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to do some stuff I want to get together and put together, and maybe we'll have something a little different. Anyway, this your man, all the way is George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe. I'm out. Good night, everyone.